in this room is going to hate me. But
Super Mario 3.
No. Shadow of the Colossus.
Get out!
No, I accept that.
Before we kill him, Shirley Jackson the lottery style, I want to hear what he has to say.
I just could not get those controls for the life of me.
Who wants to start? I mean, Marty, you seem the most offended.
Yeah, I mean, Eco and Shadow of the Colossus are two of my favorite games ever.
I don't hate you for that.
He forgives you, Marty.
Your main beef with it was the controls?
Yeah, I just could not comprehend it. I struggled with it for like 3 days before I finally threw in the towel.
Yeah.
Yes. I did all the good nerd things, I swear.
Yeah. No, it is cumbersome, to say the least.
Well, it's so important it became a plot device in an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Adam Sandler struggling with the controls like him struggling with his wife's death, right? Is that how it works?
Exactly. I mean, the metaphor was clear.
Yes. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
I was going to say I have a confession, and now Marty's going to hate me more. I kind of.
This is just.
The Retroware Wars begin.
Yeah, there was a high five exchange.
Not that it's a bad game. I very much appreciate a lot of what it was trying to do, but yeah, the controls were pretty rough, and it made it. I liked how you had to find the beat point and things like that, but when I'm falling off every 5 seconds off the guy, it's really difficult, kind of just frustrating.
Did they do anything with the HD remake? Like, did they adjust any?
No, the controls game felt the same to me.
I feel like the controls aren't bad, they're just idiosyncratic and that they're unique to what that game is trying to do. So like when you're grabbing on to, like you're climbing the Colossus, you're actually gripping the controller like as if you're grabbing, you know, in real life. And I feel like that's a really important part of how the game controls, and I agree it is very complex, but that's just like a system you have to learn, and it's not for everybody. I'm not saying you're dumb because you don't get it, but I mean...
Yes, you are.
I don't want you to jump to that conclusion, I respect your opinion, but I disagree. But like I said, it is very idiosyncratic, and some people don't like Dark Souls, and I mean, I think they're dumb, but I don't tell them that. I'm just kidding about that, but thanks for your input.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's go to this side.
Okay, bear with me here, I've got a lot to get off my chest. The game is Chuckin' the Forever Man for Sega Genesis.
All I know about that game is two of my friends met the artist at a shopping mall and got his autograph.
Okay, I was actually going to do a review of this with Mike the Birdman Dodd like 18 months ago, and I took a whole bunch of notes and he just never got around to actually playing it. So I'm going to use this as a platform. I really love the concept. The concept is that the main character was this amazing warrior who was really like, I don't know, he was
romantic.
He had a big like Kung Lao hat, right, from Mortal Kombat. Is that the guy's name? I'm sure the hat has a real name too, but all I know is
just so arrogant in his skill, and then one day Death challenges him to a match, and he actually wins, and Death curses him with immortality. And so to remove himself of this curse, he has to destroy all supernatural evil in the universe before he's finally allowed to die.
I'll take a while.
So some like Seven Seal crap or
So I mean it's a good concept for a game because in this game you actually don't have lives. You can continue and play as long as you want to actually finally beat it, and I kind of liked that, but there are so many problems with it.
What's the biggest one? Is it the gameplay or?
Well, first of all, there's kind of a disconnect between story and actual gameplay, which kind of irks me, because I thought this was a perfect platform to do away with that. But you do not feel like the most powerful warrior in the world when you play this game. You get your butt handed to you by like mice and birds. And this is a Sega Genesis, and you know what they sound like when you have to fight a whole bunch of bats? It's pretty grating.
Like how Sega Genesis music sounds.
It controls like the X-Men game for Sega Genesis, which the controls are not that great. I mean, it kind of worked in X-Men, but this one's more of a platformer, so you're missing jumps all the time, and you have like potions that you collect, and you use them to create alchemy, and you have to read the manual because you can't figure this stuff out of your own.
It Mortality sounds complicated, right? But I think the fact that most of the, can you guys comment on this? Like, I know of the game, but I've never played it. Maybe the fact that it did do these things well is its punishment, like its obscurity now, because no one cares or knows. But I mean, do you feel better? Or do you
Yeah, I feel much better, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Go on this side.
Yes, I'm gonna go with something slightly less obscure, which would be the Konami shoot 'em up Gradius.
Whoa.
I know. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some shmups. I've got all the import, region-free shmups for the Xbox 360, R-Type, Galaga, all that stuff.
Do you have
is great.
Ultimedius?
I do have
Okay.
Ultimedius. I'm not a
You
big
didn't have to
fan of
answer that, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. But, you know, most shmups have a fixed speed, or if they don't have a fixed speed, at least the base speed is useful. In Gradius, your ship starts off at such a slow speed, if you die in the later levels, forget about it, you're done. You know, like in other ones, you can continue, and you're not going to get the 1 credit clear, but at least you can play those later levels and get better at them, and then eventually get the 1 credit clear. Gradius, you know, you've got to go through perfectly each time if you really want to get to the end of that game, and I just don't like that.
That was well said. I mean, I only really like the Parodius games, and I play those in baby mode, where you start where you die and you keep all your power-ups, because I just like to look at the cool graphics and weird music.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I like Parodius a lot better, too, because it's a lot more clever. There's a lot more fun stuff on the screen. The enemies in Gradius are pretty boring, too, you know? Like, it's shoot the core, or shoot like the giant brain. It's like, whatever.
It is my least favorite shooter with G in the title.
Yeah, I do agree with the, like, I understand where you're coming from, the annoyance of having to do everything in one go, or else you might as well quit. Like, I feel that way every time I play Res. Like, I love that game, but if I die at some point, I'm just like, well, it's done. Yeah, I don't want to play this anymore.
And that seems to be something that's been kind of left in the past, luckily, which is fine with me. But I like Gradius, but I agree that really sucks.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks for your input. Let's move on to this side of the room.
Hey, it's Jeremy.
Hey, it's kind of awkward because I know half of you guys, but
So we're gonna rip you apart.
Super Metroid. Hold on, let me explain myself. Okay, so remember, the name of the panel is Games We Wish We Loved. So, okay.
This is like shouting fire in a crowded theater, you know that?
But okay, hear me out. So, I want to love this game, desperately. Every now and again, I pop it into my Super Nintendo, and I'm like, okay, now I'm just gonna get it. I'm gonna see why everyone just loves this game. Everyone everywhere says this is the greatest Super Nintendo game ever. So I'm just gonna sit down and I'm gonna play it. I get about an hour and a half in, and I turn it off and I go do something else. It just can't get its hooks in me. And it's really weird because I like the Metroid style. I love Castlevania Symphony of the End of the Night. I love that game. And it's not like I don't like Metroid, because I played Metroid Prime and actually got farther in that game, but for some reason Super Metroid never really could just keep me going.
You're sexist, we get it.
So women can't be bounty hunters, is that right? I think Joey wants to do this because he looks like he's about to like, leap out of his chair.
Well, no, I mean, okay. The one thing I was going to accept as an excuse was I don't like backtracking, you know, because I can fully understand that that's the one thing that really gets me about Metroid games is that you have to backtrack a lot. And then you're like, oh, I love other Metroid stuff and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, so I got nothing. Very wrong.
I think it's just like a ton of little things, really. It's just like the fact that you have to press R or L to aim upwards. Every enemy takes like 3 or 4 shots to kill. I don't know, I just never found the combat to be satisfying. I mean, it was fun, but I never found it to be as satisfying as something like Contra or anything like that, or even as easy to play. Because with Contra, all you do is press up and aim up, and it just seemed kind of unintuitive to me when I pick it up. Why do I have to press L and R to do that?
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's a tough topic because you want to love it, and I mean I understand that completely. And as I said with Final Fantasy, you just don't always see why everyone else was into it. So I respect your bravery.
I mean, it's not as I guess I don't know, controversial of an opinion, but I can't play the first Metroid. But Metroid Zero Mission is fantastic, amazing, and it fixed like every problem. So I can see where you're coming from with that, but I don't think there's going to be a Super Metroid remake to help you there.
Maybe someday I'll get it, I hope so.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm Andrew, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Well, first hang up your phone.
Last-time caller, I guess. The game series that I really can't get into is the Samurai Showdown series.
I heard some awes and some dudes.
Now, I love fighting games, especially SNK fighting games. They have a Neo Geo. I have a bunch of expensive games for it, but I tried playing Samurai Showdown, and I know it's a slow-paced, methodical game, but I just can't get the rhythm down. I can't get the hit detection down. The moves definitely have some sort of lag, or at least it feels like it to me. I play a bit, I just kind of play around, and then I just go back to King of Fighters.
Yeah, I am awful at that game. Like, completely awful. That Virtual Fighter, there's two games, two fighting series that I am just pitiful at. Yeah, and I don't know if it's just a super steep learning curve that I'm not willing to invest the time in, but like, I love how Samurai Showdown looks. I love it in theory, but yeah, I'm right on board.
I try to get trying, I really want to like playing.
Yeah. No, I'm on board with
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot of, I mean, I didn't get into that. I really can't get into any fighting game that doesn't exist past, I guess, 1998. Because there's so much of an investor's level, like Marty was saying, in order to learn, like, so many different, like, systems that are playing against each other. I don't know, do you guys have any familiar with Samurai Showdown? I really don't.
No, I mean, I stopped playing fighting games after Game Mode B and Double Dragon on the NES.
I really want to do Smash Brothers, if you count that as fighting.
It's fighting game. We're sorry we couldn't be more helpful, but yes. Let's move on to this side of the room. And like I said, if you guys want to criticize our choices, go for it. I mean, I've heard some boos and hisses and other assorted words.
I don't even know what you guys know anymore, honestly. Like, who made you the professionals?
Well, I'm not anymore.
Way to ruin my joke. Way to go.
I mean, everybody feel bad.
Also, to add an addendum to what you mentioned earlier, Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, I believe, is the very first licensed movie game. And it was ridiculous because you needed 2 joysticks to fucking play it. It was pretty bad. This is kind of a therapy session for me because my pick, please, everyone, raise their hand if you played it so we could share. But the one thing that I want to love, I remember vividly, I wanted a Sega Saturn, but my parents couldn't afford it. So they got me on clearance a Sega CD and a 32X. And with the 32X, I got Knuckles Chaotix.
A winner is you.
I mean, like, I'm imagining the, like, Best Buy or Walmart guy, like, yeah, it's the same thing, you're gonna love it. Just like trying to get rid of that stock that would never move, you know what I mean?
To be honest, I don't regret the consoles, but Knuckles Chaotix is that weird game that I really wanted to love, and every year that I go back and play it, I just hate it more. You can't really play it. It's grief the game if you play it with somebody else, because honestly, even when you put the correct inputs within the controller, the game just sadistically does not do what you want it to do.
That's
Like,
what
words
makes it
cannot
chaotic.
explain it.